Why do students refuse to do homework? This is not a simple question to answer. There may be many reasons for homework rejection. Parents do not get involved, students do not know what to do, or they just do not see the point in doing it. The very last reason is the one I am interested the most. The fact that many students do not find homework relevant to their learning is a big problem. I had been working with a sixth grade group for about 6 months. Students were not interested in doing homework even when it was part of their grades. My concern was that the students were not motivated to do homework. I found that the types of homework activities were connected to motivation. I understood that I had to find a way to increase students' homework motivation. Therefore, I started thinking about ways of increasing motivation and decided to implement new activities that would improve homework. Students are not empty recipients in which the teacher pours knowledge. I believe they are constructors of their knowledge. I feel compelled to foster my students' homework motivation by implementing strategies that involve students in the process of organizing and conducting their homework in a way that is appealing to them. I focus on the question, how can the mobile application WhatsApp improve sixth grade students' homework motivation? The project was conducted for 2 weeks. I decided to conduct this research upon observing that my students were not motivated to do homework. The findings reveal a positive impact on students' homework motivation as well as their performance. The answers obtained from the research show evidence of increment of homework motivation because of assigning homework activities that related to students' preferences through the use of WhatsApp. What is homework? Cooper 1989 defines homework as tasks which are assigned to students by school teachers meant to be carried out during non-school hours. Homework has an important role in academic achievement. It can increase understanding of the lessons in the day. It can also improve critical thinking. For these benefits to happen, students need to be motivated to do their best to do their homework. When it comes to motivation in learning, motivated students will do their best to achieve knowledge even if they are not so gifted. These thoughts made me come up with the idea of integrating technology into the homework practice by using WhatsApp. According to Gong 2017, WhatsApp is a free messaging app that operates through several channels and is generally used to send multimedia messages such as images, videos, audio, and simple messages. These characteristics can be adapted to the elementary school population to make it possible for students to use the application. Students are familiarized with electronic devices and see them as an important element in their daily life. The knowledge they possess about mobile applications can be used by the teachers. Action research is a cyclical process that researchers undertake to resolve a problem in their area of action. It starts with a situation that the researchers want to change. This situation then becomes a research question, and from here it develops into actions. I needed to decide on my theoretical perspective and identify my beliefs and values that related to the problem I wanted to investigate. This helped me choose the approach I could use to face my concern. Qualitative is a methodology to collect, organize, and interpret an issue. Researchers use this methodology to understand attitudes and behaviors and interactions of a target population facing a problem and comprehend the context in which such a problem occurs. The first thing I did to get into the action plan was to have students answer a questionnaire. This questionnaire provided information about how students felt regarding homework. It demonstrated that students were not interested in homework. Students show a need in changing the kinds of activities. I conducted a face-to-face interview. This interview helped contrast the information gathered in the questionnaire. With the information gathered from the questionnaire and the interview, I implemented different homework activities that required the use of the application WhatsApp. The objective was to see if these new activities would increase the level of motivation in homework. A WhatsApp group was open to conduct the activities. At the end of the project, this group was closed under parents' requirement. I implemented different activities based on students' preferences. The activities show that the students can do regular activities combined with others by using WhatsApp, resulting in homework motivation. Data collection was qualitative, as qualitative data has to do with people's emotions, motivations, and perceptions. I chose to use three data collection instruments, two questionnaires and an interview. I analyzed the information from the questionnaires by using the Likert scale. The Likert scale allowed students to express how much they agreed or disagreed with the statements. I displayed the distribution of questions in a bar chart. Next, I analyzed the responses by counting the number of responses on a continuum from strongly agree to disagree, and from very boring to very interesting. I looked for the most frequent responses to understand the overall opinion of respondents. I recorded the students' interviews. The analysis of the interviews was conducted by thematic content analysis. Thematic analysis is mainly described as a method for identifying, analyzing, and reporting patterns. I began by eliminating preconceptions and establishing my main impressions of the data. I identified three common themes as I read the material. My goal was to find common patterns across the dataset. I plan to use closed questions questionnaires to find out the reasons my students had for not doing homework. The first questionnaire shows students' motivation to do homework, which is related to two aspects, homework perception and motivation. I prepared the questions for the interview. Interviews are a method of data collection that involves two people or more exchanging information through a series of questions and answers. Before I implemented the activities, I conducted the first questionnaire to find out what my students thought of homework. Then I conducted the interview. The information I obtained from these two instruments allowed me to plan the activities that could make a difference in my students' perception regarding homework. The questionnaire responses showed that the students understand the value of homework, but they did not appreciate the kinds of homework activities they had to do. Most students stated that they did not do homework if it wasn't interesting. The responses indicate students feel that homework is assigned just because there should be something to do at home. It was very important for me to know. Students may be frustrated by not knowing why homework is important. The interview, the interview showed that most participants don't do homework because it's not interesting or challenging. Many students made it clear that when they see the homework assignment similar to one from another day, they just don't feel like doing it. There was a discussion in the students' interviews about the role of homework in students' learning. Most specifically, what is good and bad homework. Even if teachers have the students' best interest in mind when they assign homework, some work might not be as effective as they think. The interview responses revealed that homework policies affect students' homework motivation. Homework policies affect more than just the amount of homework done by the students. They can also have unintentional consequences on students' understanding of the value of homework. After the implementation of action, I applied students another questionnaire to evaluate how much students had liked activities done for homework. I learned from this questionnaire that students liked activities. They enjoy doing different activities other than book exercises or copying summaries. Grammar activities are preferred by students. The answer revealed that students like exercises that have a learning purpose. Students like activities that involve creativity and challenge. The responses indicated that students like most of the activities, and most importantly, they value the use of WhatsApp for their homework. To conclude, the findings reveal that there is a strong connection between motivation and homework. Students cannot be motivated to do better homework activities if these are not significant. I have learned a lot about the importance of considering students' preferences and being not afraid of trying new ways of homework implementation. I also learned that if students receive activities that match their interests, they will respond well. The action I undertook helped the school raise interest among teachers to try things, investigate deeper into their own students' preferences, and look for tools and strategies that increase their students' homework motivation. The school will change its homework policies starting the following school year, which is motivating. The board will work in conjunction with teachers in the implementation of homework. Finally, my research has contributed to creating a change in the view schools had about homework. It has also made me reflect on my teaching, showing that sticking to old ways of homework can be more comfortable, but teaching is not meant to be comfortable, but dynamic and alive, always open to new ideas to try. Thank you very much.